So welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and tonight uh, we're gonna have a look at the new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio bullshit in Gemini. New moon in Gemini, taking place tomorrow, 26th of May at 11:02 p.m. So the degree is 6 degree and 6 minutes, and this phase of the moon, which is waxing moon, that will be waxing moon that will be up until June 11th at 3:44 a.m. That is in the morning. The moon will become full in Sagittarius, 20 degrees in 39 minutes. So what is going to take place tonight, or the subject of the live stream, that is going to be forecast, the 12 star signs, uh, in regards to how the waxing moon is going to affect us all. And the first thing that I'm doing as per usual, that is the collective reading. The cards you can observe for yourself at the thumbnail. I pre-drew them so I can use them for that. I'm going to show them to you in any case. Now, the first one that I drew, that is the Hermit. Followed by the second card, which is the Moon card. And the third one that I drew, that is a King of Wands. Okay, it says Knight here, but in this deck, Knights are kings in the traditional one. So long story short, this waxing moon is going to be one of the most important ones, probably, that are going on this year. The Hermit and the Moon, this is a very unique combination, if you want to call it, very unique elements of dignity, representing that what is important and what we are meant to align in these couple of weeks. So that only tells us that whatever fantasies, we aren't even talking about dreams, and wishes. We're talking about fantasies here. You may fantasize for certain things that are way out of your grasp going down the road, and in general, even dare thinking that one day these fantasies can become reality. And there you go. I mean, in these couple of weeks, due to the waxing moon, there is going to be that chance that these fantasies are to become a reality. Although, also that period of time, this phase of the moon is going to teach us how to be humble. I'm sorry. So it's going to teach us how to be humble. It's because the way that these fantasies can be manifested, and again, I cannot make choices for you guys, so whether you will decide to go forth and manifest that fantasy of yours or not, your choice. But the way that they can be manifested will not exactly align to the ambitious drive we do have. So I can only imagine that should we want these fantasies to become reality, then we will have to get our hands dirty in a certain way, or perform chores, do stuff that we dislike in a certain way, or we do not believe in a certain way. But long story short, if you are hoping that one day you are going to have light at the end of your very, very dark tunnel, these couple of weeks are where the light is going to shine. Hopefully you will stride toward it. So that was the collective reading, and now a few notes about the show before I move forward. There are going to be 12 readings, one for each star sign, and I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to do with Pisces, so therefore I'm going to run down the ecliptic. Bear in mind that these are going to be generalized readings for the star signs. Very seldom they're going to 100% align to what you're going through, so for a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support it, all you gotta do is just subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it. And comment on it as well if you feel so. Either of these actions are going to help with the algorithm. And finally, if you do wish to support it financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you're going to find in the description down below. And anyone who does so is going to have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed, which is going to be a personalized one, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Mwah. Thank you, Yasmin. And Taco as well. Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Mwah. Thank you. News Devon, thank you for the £5. Mwah. Thank you. Let me put you guys into the list. Actually, News Devon, only you, because Taco and Yasmin are already in. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to read for, that is Aries. You can keep up with what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there on my right hand side. So if you're watching it on a video, you can just skim ahead until you see your star sign and just listen to the reading. So that said, starting first, Aries. First one is going to be Five of Swords for Aries. Followed by the second card, which is Ace of Swords. And then is King of Wands. So for you, Aries, that's new moon, and this waxing moon in advance is going to deliver to you cold and naked truth, which is going to force your hand into going over certain people or putting your stuff first here. So be prepared to learn something. It doesn't have to be told through words. It could be just your deduction that is going to deliver that cold and naked truth. Again, also, it doesn't have to be a painful one. Although, as a result of this truth, there are going to be people humiliated and there are going to be people betrayed. Hopefully, you aren't going to end up on this side of the spectrum, and you're going to be the one who ends up here on top. Always going to come to how well you can assess how far you can go without crossing any thresholds and any lines which are appropriate for you. But long story short, what you can expect here, Aries, it is a lot of conversations to be led based on that truth you're going to learn, just so you know who is who and how people move forward and how situations are to move forward as well for you and for everything that you do stand for. So that was Aries. Next one will be Taurus. Four of Swords, the World, Knight of Pentacles. This phase of the moon is gonna make so for you, Taurus. Bumps on the road and stoppers, things which are stopping your progress, move forward or do certain things to disappear. And as a result of all that, you can make the progress previously that previously you were unallowed to do so, either in your love life or either into your career. You can make multiple steps in a straight of one, so you can get far ahead into the situation, ahead of your competition and ahead of the circumstances in general. Very advisable is to use that time appropriately and don't slack, okay? Because these predicaments for a lack of better expressions. They will return once this phase of the moon is over, and you will want to have yourself, you will want to find yourself on the other side of the wall that is standing in front of you. So like overcoming it without it being even a thing. Also, for you, Taurus, what you should keep attention to is a loyal companions, which are going to try to give you quite of an objective and valid advice how to move forward. All right, next, Gemini. Page of Swords, the Fool, Knight of Swords, this waxing moon, you're gonna end up either being introduced or in a collaboration with a person that will have very unique, for the lack of better expression here, resolution or a new idea to be followed, which at first glance you will not gonna like one bit, and that immediately, for what it seems, is going to be a point of conflict, like a point of arguments. Although, at least according to these cards, it's highly advisable for you to consider it, if not even to take it, because for what these cards are showing here, that resolution or the idea which this person is going to have will end up working in your interest, in your best interest, very, very much. And how things are developing and unfolding is going to be something you will very, very like. So ultimately, whatever fears you do have at the start when you are presented with the idea, when you are presented, for example, with the proposal, are going to end up being in vain. Also, that is a very good time for you to make a purge in your social circle and replace friends that you don't like, replace people that you associate with that you don't like as well, or simply make new ones. Okay, next one, that will be Cancer. Death, Page of Wands, the Emperor. So for you, Cancer, it will turn out that an enterprise you are in right now have nothing left to offer. It's a big enterprise, though. It's not just something like a small project. It is either your job, or it is either your relationship, or it is either a big friendship. But it's going to turn out that there is nothing left to offer other than rigidity and just shenanigans. So this waxing moon, this phase of the moon, is going to be the cue where you will kind of like need to replace it. Okay, need to start to look for another job, for example, start looking around for another suitor, or just simply jump onto to the next thing. But pretty much that is the end of the line. Something is coming to an end, a natural end here for you into these couple of weeks. So you have extracted everything you could from it, and you are ready to move on to the next thing, like these cards are showing. Now, other than that, a lot of strains that you are subject of are going to also be abolished these couple of weeks, so you are going to feel much more freedom than before as well. Next, Leo. The Magician, the Devil, and Six of Wands. You, Leo, are gonna prove yourself very reliable into the places in the fields no one else could have. So basically, what happens here is that you are going to live up to the criterias, fulfill the demands, or simply do the job that no one else could have, and you are going to be paid, rewarded, and given the recognition pretty much for it. And one of the reasons why this is going to be it is because that may not be the real case here, but at least for the other side of the matters, it will look like that you have put them first instead of putting your things first. Okay, so it will feel like, or it will look like you have made a pretty big sacrifice in order to live up, okay, to the expectations, or live up to the standards, or pretty much do the job. And this is additionally going to bolster up what bonuses, rewards, peak of experiences, or recognition you are to receive. But basically, you are going to make all, or rather, like, make other people approach you and see you and accolade you with awe. And you don't have to stop there even. I mean, these next couple of weeks are just only the beginning. So definitely you should not drop off your guard. Definitely you should have that determination to keep on the good work, because the bonuses and the rewards are barely scratching the surface here. You can go for so much more than that. Okay, next, Virgo. Six of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. In this waxing moon, at least according to these cards, you will finally gonna make the step that you are afraid of. Say what you are afraid of saying, do what you are afraid of doing, afraid of the consequences. And as a result, you will see that your fear was in vain. The consequences can only be positive consequences, not a negative ones, because at least according to these cards, nothing could be worse than the situation you are in. So if you are in a good situation, any action you do is going to improve it even further. And if you have hit the rock bottom, well, that is your climb back to the surface. Simple as that. But according to these cards, what you are sitting on, it's maximized. You can't get more from it. So that action or words are required that you are afraid of doing. And things are going to start from there for the better and for your own good. Okay, next, Libra. Two of Cups, the Moon, and then it is the Tower. So you guys are gonna end up, well, falling in love is way too specific for a general reading, okay? Because not all of you are gonna fall in love. So I'm gonna say it that way. You're gonna end up united with someone you are meant for, or meant to be with, or meant to unite with here. And this is going to be beautiful unity that will, it will have the effect of prevention. So for as long as you do have that unity, your life can never go down the drains, okay? It can never turn into shit. And it will be always stable and peaceful and comfortable. I can't say happy, but emotionally fulfilling. And you are going to recognize that person by the fact that when you think of being together, either together in business, together in friendship, or together in love, you're a bit scared about it. Well, the scared is not exactly the word. It's like you feel emotional overwhelm. Like very emotionally unstable about it. You can't point your finger into whether things can work out or not. So that's going to be your cue that that's the right woman or the right guy. Again, either for business, love, friendship, whatever. Scorpio next. Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords, the Emperor. Very fast-paced couple of weeks for a Scorpio. Guys, a lot of things are gonna move around for us. I'm saying us because I am rising Scorpio, for those of you who doesn't know. Many options available, many opportunities, and having an Ace of Swords next to the Eight of Wands, it is one of the best cards that you can have, or as a combo, because yes, Eight of Wands kind of brings a lot of opportunities and a lot of openings, okay, a lot of enterprises, but it has an inherent risk into it. Through the Eight of Wands, we can lose everything if we jump into the inappropriate opportunity, because they are not tailored for us. They're there, but not all of them are tailored for us. Through the Ace of Swords, though, we are always gonna know the immediate truth, or we will be able to accurately diagnose whether that option available is going to work out, whether it is appropriate or not, and how far we can go with it. So that is one of the best combos that we can have here. Therefore, we will have an accurate understanding what we are going into and how far we can go, how much we can gain from it. Okay, and therefore we can make an educated prediction, and also make an educated choice here. What should be the best thing we can endeavor ourselves with going into the next week, or going into the next couple of weeks, for as far as the waxing moon is allowing. Uh, and we will be able to establish full control over it, so there will be no surprises, there will be no crisis, there will be no trips or bumps on the road that can turn over the carriage here, for a lack of better expression. So trust your better judgment, or we should trust our better and objective judgment, mental judgment about whether one thing can work out or not. Doesn't matter how we feel. We may feel very good about one thing, but if it doesn't sound well, then we shouldn't take it. That is not a period of time of couple of weeks where we should rely on our intuition, but rather on our cold logic and objectiveness. Sagittarius next. Thank you, Jennifer, for the $8. Thank you. Let me put you into the list as well. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. Let me put the inquiry in as well. There we go. Okay. Mm. Okay. The Tower for Sagittarius. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands, I'm sorry, not Eight of Wands, but Nine of Wands. Six of Swords. Hey, Taco. Welcome to the stream. That looks like a lot like a crush. It is that you are about to have a crush on someone going into these couple of weeks, and it should be shared one. With that Nine of Wands, this crush that you're going to have should be reciprocated. That is the most prominent way how these three cards can manifest. But as a general reading, what they state, it is that you're going to figure out a better way. I'm going to put it that way. So you're going to figure out a better way how to make money, or a better way how to make love, or a better way in generally how to live your life. However, that better way will require for you to destroy the current way you are developing. Okay, just to give you an example, you figure out a better way how can capitalize on the client you have, but you are halfway through a certain proposal or a certain deal that you want to offer, you have to omit it, because the other way how you can propose that deal is far superior than the one you are going forward with right now. So pretty much you will have to start from scratch if you want to apply that better way, but it will have a growing, nurturing, and healing effect upon the field or upon the aspect of your life that better way shows itself up. Okay, and this is going to be through you recognizing that you can do it differently. Mm. Or sometimes I hate being right, Taco. Well, yeah, mold, it's no one's fault. So hopefully things turn your way, mate. I'm really crossing fingers. Capricorn next. Uh, the Chariot. The Fool. Page of Wands. It's such a weird read. That's great, Taco. Yeah, that would be nice, mate. That would be nice. So hit me up. Hopefully I'm gonna have the time to do so. All right. So Capricorn, these couple of weeks are gonna be rough, guys. For some of you, like there is no tomorrow, because according to according to these cards, the waxing moon is going to stack up the odds against you hard, really, really hard. But also, it's gonna gift you with the power to overcome those odds. So the endeavor ahead is gonna feel immensely difficult, like almost indomitable. Like there is no solving it, there is no overcoming it, there is no conquering the challenge. But you can, if if you don't give up, and if you don't, how can I put it into words? Mm, deviate from the original plan, try to be a genius, for example. Okay, just go forth with the original plan and original anticipation here. The reason why you are going to have that challenge is so you can quench your iron will to become indomitable, and your determination to become unbreakable. That's the reason why you will have to live through such a thing. And by the end of these couple of weeks, you are going to be very proud of yourself, much more independent and self-reliant was the word that I was searching for. Not exactly independent, but self-reliant. Much, much more. Okay, next, Aquarius. Page of Swords. Four of Cups. Five of Wands. The waxing moon for us Aquarius, and I'm saying this because I'm rising Aquarius here, um, will make us so to deal with the inconsistencies of someone around us, and this is gonna drive us mad. There is no other way how we can put it. And think of it that way. At work, I'm just giving an example here. At work, there is a something that everyone in the team agreed upon, how the job is gonna be done. And suddenly, one of the team members is starting to do another stuff. It's starting to improvise and being very inconsistent with what you all have talked about and what you all have agreed to. And so you are going to have to deal with that kind of people going into the waxing moon. So for the most part, this is going to be quite annoying, for the lack of better expression here, um, and you may end up live it on a multiple occasions. But in some instances, that inconsistencies will truly gonna hit the mark, and through it, a things or something that it is going into failure can become very successful. So it's all about you, how opportunistic you are, in order to determine whether you should leave that person to their inconsistencies or don't. And on a personal note, you're going to come up to a quite unique thought. That could be an idea that no one else thought about. That could be a goal that no one else is striving for. And this is going to be your gold mine. So even if you can't chase it in the next couple of weeks, type it down, write it down somewhere, so you end up being reminded of it going into the future, and at some point capitalize on it. All right, and last but not least, that will be Pisces. Five of Wands, the Tower, King of Swords. The waxing moon for you, Pisces, is going to bring a person that is going to open up your eyes. And it's through that opening, it will become clear that you are doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong with the way how you do your job. You're doing something wrong how you, for example, flirt. You're just doing something wrong. That's why things aren't working out for you. So think of that person is going to appear into the area of your life where things are just not going forward. You're trying everything to the best of your abilities, but still nothing positive happens. And that is where your eyes are going to end up being open. You will recognize what you're doing wrong, and you can start over this time around, doing it in such a way that you can be very effective and things developing without creating any issues, any troubles, any problems until you reach the final goal. So it's like a mentor that is going to show up for you. Okay, guys, that was for the 12. Hopefully you do enjoyed and liked the reading. Again, these were generalized readings, so they, like I said, seldom happens to be 100% aligned to what you're going through. For a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. Now, the super chat readings. First one, this is gonna be Yasmin. All right, Yasmin. Um, okay, Newsivone. We'll look into that. Those are your cards, and they are saying that a rivalry is going to come to an end. That is how the waxing moon is going to manifest for you, is going to affect you. A rivalry that couldn't be, put to a closure uh, under the given circumstances up until this point, but the waxing moon is going to present, so meaning from the 26th up until from the 26th of May up until the 11th of June, a new circumstances will come up to the both, or to the all of the attention, that will present a common ground, a common ground very unique, in a sense of neither you have to submit, neither the other side have to submit. Okay. And both of your opinions, actions, enterprise, whatever the case, stays intact, and in the same time the job can be done. Very 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 unique circumstances here, which are gonna resolve the issue that it is causing that rivalry or that clash, or whatever the case. And that will allow you all to start a new dawn uh, in that particular field, which as a result, you now are going to have the clearance to chase something long term, a long term goal, like a long term client, for example, like a long term personal endeavor, something like that. But this rivalry up until this point, or a betrayal, did not allow you to do so. So that is like closing up a page that wasn't a very good with a person. So that is the waxing moon for you, Yasmin. And at least for what the cards were showing, that particular dispute, rivalry, okay, was causing a lot of issues, a lot of troubles. Those are the cards for you to tackle. It is they say successful delivery of an end, right? So you're gonna wrap up a success. I drew another card just to look in what into. It's the tower. The tower stands for authority, so it does look like that you will be able to kind of like get through authority, and being quite successful with them. So that may relates to your landlord here, uh, settling the score successfully with them. Okay, or it could be with your father, it could be with the government, who knows. But basically you end up quite successful with an authoritarian institution or a figure in your life. Let's see what's going to come out of it. Very similar to Yasmin's cards, we have Temperance, Ace of Swords, and Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So it's mutual dependency, mutual reliance. So I don't think that that's the government. The government doesn't rely on you, right? So it's not the government, it's something else. It's some kind of other authority here, which, like I said, there is a mutual reliance in between you two, and do that mutual reliance, a settlement, some kind of a settlement will be established that is going to be fair, is going to be true. And like I mentioned, you will consider that settlement very successful for yourself. That is how the waxing moon is going to manifest for you what is going to bring into your life. D'accord. Okay. Next. That will be News Devon. You want to know what's coming your way. I have to do Lenormand for that. So you're welcome, Taco. Those three cards, it's a job contract, I believe. It's a job contract. I don't think that it is a job itself, but some kind of a contract within the job. Okay? It's a work contract, I think. Or the other way, how you can look at those cards, it's assessment of your job. Yeah, me too. Okay, and last but not least, Jennifer. Those are the cards. It wants you to know that you should not try to avoid or escape responsibilities, and that you should live up to your words and to the standards that you are claiming. Otherwise, there are going to be consequences. Well, hopefully you do, News Devon. Keep me posted, by the way. That's going to be nice. It's going to be awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for your generosity. We're going to see each other next time, which is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday 29th. Hopefully you do have a great week up until that point, and see you then. Bye.